This building for me stands out as a landmark on the Sydney skyline. When you view it from across the bay, it cuts a very imposing figure.
Our vision was to create our own vertical villages within the large QQT structure. We wanted our people to have an iconic new home, really positioning us for a modern workplace.
The most important thing for Deloitte was the notion around earning the commute. So in a post-COVID world, how do you create a workplace that encourages people to come into the office?
In order to bring a design of this high quality to life, you really need to be able to make sure that you have everything coordinated and finished properly. Preparation is the key to this.
Having MPA involved early in the project really helped smooth the way for some of those things that otherwise could have been significantly complex.
MPA is very much seen as the approachable expert in workplace. It's making sure we find the most efficient way of building things. It's making sure we give the client comfort around cost certainty, around time certainty. We want to be that sounding board and that right-hand person, and we want to have their back.
Careful trade selection was the first step in the process to make sure that we were working with trades that we trusted, to bring together the individual pieces on the piece of paper and bring it to life.
It's a 6-star Green Star project and it's well platinum. From a design perspective, it's a combination of global and local references, and you see that in different levels of intensity depending on where you are. So for example, on the client floors, it might be a little bit more subtle, reflecting the more global nature, but on the working floors, it's very much about taking influences from, for example, the Botanic Gardens right next to us, Bondi Beach, and then the reds and the oranges, which reflect the red earth of the Cumberland Plain out toward the Blue Mountains, which is beautiful.
Our build time here is only 27 weeks, so we're identifying these items with the design team to make sure that that risk of not being able to get materials in time and having to make compromise never occurs.
We went on multiple factory visits to quality control and check each of the molds as they were being produced. And when they came on site, we built a prototype, got everyone around it to make sure that they also saw that their design intent had been realized. We were able to keep the ball moving on a weekly basis, and now it's something that everyone's very proud of.
Working with MPA, who were engaged really early, was absolutely fantastic. Helping us find the right subcontractors and the right technical knowledge for some of those things in this workplace which, frankly, aren't seen in many other workplaces that haven't necessarily been done before. It was a godsend. And it's when you start to journey those floors together and you see the level of thought and detail that's gone into the design that you really start to think, wow, this is a pretty special space.
I think the project exemplifies our desire for a best-in-class outcome. It's at the forefront of new global workplace design. And then I also think it demonstrates the power of brilliant teamwork.
Everyone was after the same outcome, and that was to make the greatest workplace that you could possibly make globally.
The little things that I know that we worked on are the things that really bring me a lot of pride. The small finales on the end of a wall with the LED perfectly positioned, or the ceilings all perfectly set out with all the services in a line. These are the small things that, when you put it all together, you get this masterpiece.
We have people from all over the world who want to see this place because it doesn't happen very often that there's such a sense of dynamism and energy almost on any given day. Workplaces aren't dead and they never will be. It's just they need to be different for a different style of work, and when you do them properly, the investment pays off.
You always wonder if people will get it on day one. Well, absolutely, they get it. And we're very, very grateful to the designers and to MPA for ensuring that all of the elements that they needed to control on our behalf have led us to that success.
The energy that's created by the people moving through the noise and chatter, and the fact that client satisfaction, team satisfaction from a Deloitte point of view is as high as it's ever been, and attendance in the office is as high as it's ever been, is probably the best compliment we can get. We've delivered an environment where our client and their people can deliver their best work. And in the end, I think that's what we're sort of here for.